My sister has to prove she is real in the middle of the night.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hello, friends! Welcome back to ReddX Trace Amounts of Science. Been having fun on the channel recently, I'll tell you that much. Me and the Gubbinses did History Science Theater 4000 yesterday. Great episode, if I do say so myself. But now it's time to settle back in for some nice guys. It's been a while. Neckbeards took over the show for a little bit, but we gotta fix that right now. Let's just head on into it. Why not? Thanks so much for being here. Let's rock and roll. I even called you gorgeous. He sure did. Hey, gorgeous. Wanna fuck? It's a good opener. OP accepted the request, but just to say, ew, gross. No. I mean, you didn't have to accept the request. I guess just to let him know that he's being gross, because it is fairly gross. And then he says, wow, I even called you're gorgeous. And she says, okay, and yeah, I mean, big fuckboy energy, you know, lifting the shirt up. He's like, I got a six-pack. This is my whole personality right here. Okay, neat. I'm gonna pass, thanks. Next post. Here's a Toy Story quote. You are a sad, strange little man. You have my pity. Farewell. Nice guys, after holding the door open for their crush, well, it's not gonna suck itself. Oh my god, Buzz, where did you get that from? Why must you present it in such a fashion? Again, going to pass, don't even appreciate the offer if I'm honest. Just gonna pass. Goodbye forever. This OP says, when texting a girl no longer works, just lie to hospital staff and stalk her in person. Please don't do that, okay? Illegal life pro tip right here. So this guy says, in a different subreddit, I made a post about how I finally got a date. And while walking around, she was hit by a drunk driver as she was walking behind me. Cause I take big steps. Yeah, we're on a date now. Keep up, you bitch. Okay, well, it's probably not a great way to get a second date, but you can do as you please. It's been over 2 weeks. She asked me to stop texting her because she feels bad, because it reminds her of the accident. Imagine. I waited 4 days and then texted her asking how she was doing. She ignored it for a day and then tells me to never message her again. And that she doesn't blame me, but it's too depressing to be around me. I mean, honestly, this just seems like a convenient excuse, if nothing else. Like, what did he have to do with the car accident truly, except walking in front of you, I guess? She saw that car accident as like a gift from God, okay? This is my get out of jail free card, and I ain't ever going back. I understand where she's coming from. He thinks it's about the accident. It's not about the accident, okay? There's some deeper going on there. So, I wanted to cheer her up, and I went to a nearby hospital with flowers for her and shit. Did you pay for those? You stole those from people's lawns, didn't you? I said my cousin was admitted X days ago, and my mom wanted to drop off some flowers for her and check in. Your cousin, huh? So I get in there and quietly ask how she's been and tell her that the date was great. Oh my god. Please, just give it a rest, would you? Could you never again? Is that possible? Oh my god. This is terrifying. They got a panic button for things like this, don't they? The hospital securities should come running any second now. I told her I think that I love her. God, I'm dying. And I brought her flowers to cheer her up. And she pressed the call nurse button and had me kicked out. Yeah, it's fine. Take the flowers with you. I fucking made this very clear. My feelings on the matter, and he just couldn't accept a no. You had to be a little baby boy, make this all about your own ego. Can't be that surprised, I guess. I should have seen it coming, I guess. The hospital's very upset that I pretended to be family. Yeah, see? This is the type of shit. You're the fucking guy. You're the reason why I gotta bring my goddamn ID card, aren't you? It used to be people could just go where they wanted, willy-nilly. And you didn't have to have fucking checkpoints and security and all this other bullshit. Until people like you, fucking crazy people who can't get a goddamn grip, start making things worse for everybody else. And that's what you're doing, actively, just so you realize it. Okay, I'm calm now. So, for the record, because I've had a sewer sliding attempt before, I know the hospital's policy. Not the flex you think it is, don't get there, my guy. They ask if anyone can visit or if you only want named people. I'm guessing she said friends and family to ask for her by name. Maybe she forgot I knew her last name. I don't think I'm in trouble legally, but I'm heartbroken. I just wanted to vent. I'm a good guy and nothing ever goes right for me. The way it ended. Oh, that's just perfect. Yes, it's nobody's fault. This is just the universe conspiring against me once more. Why don't you take a good fucking look inward for just like half a second or more? It's terrifying the first time you do it. You'll see the void and be like, holy shit, what am I gonna fill that with? Well, not the love of an unwilling participant who got hit by a car because you were walking too far ahead of her because you take big steps. What the fuck was this story? Oh, Gubbinses, I gotta hear from the Gubbinses.
He infiltrated hospital like he's Solid Snake in a fedora. It's just too bad nobody put him inside of a box yet. Gubbins.
Yeah, a pine box. Better than cardboard, just to be clear. How about you, Dark One?
He broke into a trauma victims recovery ward to say, I think I love you. That ain't love. That's Exhibit A. Pure shamelessness. Dark Gubbins.
Pure shamelessness. He didn't even realize the shit at the end of the thing. He's like, oh, I don't understand why nothing goes right for me. I know you don't understand. Maybe spend some time trying to understand. Holy Christ. Anyway, we'll keep it pushing. That was a really good post. This is what he says. I showed my partner r/NiceGuys last week, and she made this for you guys. Oh, because we're so nice. Fedora on top of... Yeah, I don't know what that is. Nightmare fuel. I'm not Chad. I'm a nice guy. I treat you right. I bet you wouldn't want that though, would you? You slut. I'm too good for you anyway. Well, yeah, she definitely has the vibe down. For better or for worse. I still don't understand what the hell it is I'm looking at. It's like a teapot, but like a person's head with a fedora on it. The caption's funny enough. Who cares? Don't overthink it. That's the answer to everything. Just, yeah. Okay, we saw that. Next one. This OP says, how dare they? What'd they do? I am no longer a feminist ally. Yeah, see, I wanted to be a feminist ally, but they said I couldn't attach all these strings, so I'm like, why would I want to do that then? What's in it for me? The fact that you're so transparent about it is what's truly comical. I do everything for feminists, and they appreciate nothing. Oh man, I'm patient. I'm kind, I'm understanding, I'm accommodating, and I do not practice toxic masculinity. Yeah, I don't need to practice. I mastered that shit already.
I'm so excited, it's yoga time, only men invited.
Yeah, when a feminist is single, I do get turned down and they go date a toxic male. What the fuck is the point of me being a feminist ally if they threat me like I don't freaking matter? There's nothing in it for me. He said it out loud. Wow.
I didn't expect him to say it out loud. Okay. You're gonna lose all if you keep being hypocrites. The only way that you can prove that you're not a hypocrite is by dating me. And by dating me, I mean, you know, intimately. Nothing less will do. We went out for Taco Bell and I didn't get the hit at the end? Well, that doesn't count. You didn't fully date me yet. Oh, it's really funny to me. There is nobody on the planet more hypocritical than this man. That's what I want to be the most clear about, okay? Even if you were literally, like, doing the opposite of everything you said, at least you wouldn't be veiling it in the way that this guy is. He'll tell you to your face that that's not what he's doing when that's clearly what he's fucking doing. It's like the lowest type of individual ever. I can't spend any more time on him. He's a slimy little worm boy. Be an egalitarian and start winning at life. Next post. This OP says, my sister has to prove she is real in the middle of the night.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Dude says, it's pretty hard to believe that this profile is real, lol.
And then she sends him a message at 7 and says, you think I'm a catfish? Lol, I'm not sure whether to be insulted or flattered. I mean, I might be flattered if I was sure that he didn't say this to fucking everybody else that he meets, but I'm pretty sure that that's just his opener. He says, you're the most beautiful woman on here. If you're real, prove it and meet up with me tonight. Yeah, exactly. Well, she sent him a message at 7. He responded at 11, and then he expected a response in less than an hour. At midnight, nonetheless. But she wakes up and gives him what for, and I sort of love it. She says 11 p.m. on a Monday, and you expect me to be up? Then you give me sass when I don't respond because I'm fucking sleeping? It's dangerous for a woman to meet up with strangers, especially at night, for the first time, so maybe you should consider that. Yeah, he doesn't consider anything at all. He just walks around thinking with the tiny head instead of the big one, and then it's everybody else's fault when it doesn't work out. You shot your shot, I guess, but it's like, yeah, way more than he deserved. Super fuckboy energy. But whatever. It happens all the time. It happens every day. We see it every day. It's tragic. Anyway, we'll keep it moving. What can you do? This OP says, nice guys spread STDs? I hadn't heard that, but I'm not surprised.
Honestly, women ain't shit. I've always been such a nice and genuine guy until recently I got made a fool by one. Well, the funny thing is, I've caught gonorrhea and transmitted it to every girl I've slept with. 10, and they don't know. It'll keep going up because nice guys don't win. Cove Uni.
I don't know what the hell that is at the end, but yeah, super. STD rates going through the roof because this one guy has a fucking chip on his shoulder. You know it causes infertility, don't you? You know it causes a bit of psychosis. He's like, yeah, don't worry about me. I had syphilis for the past 10 years. I wasn't even counting that one. I can tell. You're clearly having holes eating in your brain, but again, can't fix it. Stare into the void, pay homage for the pain and hopelessness that it's wrought, and keep it moving. Find another one to stare at. Meme post, this user says, this sums it all up. It's a guy hugging a dog, and it says, girls in a loving relationship. And then over there in the corner, nice guys. Nice guys. Nice guys who just never get the chance. Nice guys who would literally treat you like a queen, break up a chair, stop ignoring my DMs, you fucking bitch! That's not cat energy at all. Cat would be like, whatever, dude, I got my own thing going on. And I think that's a way better way to go through life. People should have cat energy. I like dog because dog, but yeah, when you see people with that same kind of energy, it makes you wonder like, hey, what the fuck's going on with that guy? Why are you that insecure? He's got something going on. Good luck with whatever the hell that is. I don't want to look at it any longer. Goodbye! SOP says, this guy came to my country for a festival and met my girlfriend who presented herself as Alice. Dude bought a prepaid tourist phone and messaged me and called me from it. Lol. Like somebody's trying to move in on your girl or something? Nice guy. Dude, leave Alice alone! Oh, nice guy. He really wants to save her. You know, not so her life can be better or anything, but so she can make his life better, while simultaneously making hers like leagues worse. But we don't say all that part out loud. She doesn't want to date a Chad. She wants a nice, decent guy like me. I know you guys have been together for 2 years, B. But that's about to change. So kindly fuck off. Fuck you. I mean, he did say kindly. That does make me a bit more apt to comply, but yeah, 2 years invested, I mean, I think you're gonna have to do a little bit better than kindly. I think you're gonna have to come over here and fucking fight me. And then he shows up, and that's how you get an unregistered handgun stuck in your face. Now I'm gonna follow you back to your house so I know where you live. So if there are any repercussions or reprisals that we have to deal with, well then we can do that quick, fast, in a hurry. Ain't that right? I mean, probably after 2 years I wouldn't go to jail for the chick, but I've been with my wife a decade. I'd go to jail for her fucking in an instant. So just know who you're dealing with before you start popping off tough guy on the internet, you know. I hope he sees this video. I hope he says some shit. Come on out to the Philippines. You get lost in the jungle forever. This OP says, nice guys and creepy asterisk crossover, courtesy of my boyfriend. Hell yeah, dude. We just did a creepy asterisk episode. We should probably get back over there. Nobody's doing it anymore. It's fucking free real estate, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, into the post. He says, hey, babe. Well, hey, right back to you, Four Eyes. And then he hits her with that winky face. Not as good as a smiley face, to be honest.
I sent that bitch a smiley face. Bitches love smiley faces.
I'm a nice guy. Unlike other guys, I make you a sandwich.
Yeah, that's the clincher.
With quivering voice. Do you want to go out with me? Remember, if you reject me, it counts as discrimination, as I'm dyslexic.
Jesus Christ. Levels of desperation that, personally, I never thought possible, but here it is. Here it is before our eyes. And so we pay witness, not necessarily homage, although that's your choice. Most people just choose to stand and stare in abject horror, and that's about where I'm at, yeah. Did you really think that this was going to work? Has this worked for you in the past? I asked a girl out at church when I was like 13 with a line that was similar, but I was quoting Big Daddy, which was a movie that I know she liked, you know, and she's like, okay, I'll think about it. And then I said, please don't do this to me. I might develop a stutter. And it worked. And it worked! But you see, you gotta do your research and all that type of shit. I don't know where all of this came from. It's clearly not a reference, aside from, like, you know, the strange shit that's going on in your own brain, which I don't want to interact with any further. So I'm not gonna. So we're gonna move on. I hear a dog barking outside. I don't know if it's getting picked up on the microphone. It's not my fucking dog. I told my dog, Ungaula! Silencio! Seems to work pretty good. Anyways. Next post. This OP says, you had me when you threatened my life. Yeah, that's a pretty good clincher, you know, pretty all or nothing, but you could do that. She named him Hey Prick, 106 days on Kick. We're on Kick, everybody! Not the streaming platform. I think I streamed over there like twice. Sometimes I stream over on Twitch at Dayton Does, if you want to check me out there. You can also check out the podcast services, Spotify, iTunes, yeah, we're a lot of places indeed. But mostly right here doing this. So I'm glad you made it. Anyway, he says, hey, bitch, you look so sexy. Damn, I saw your post. Yeah, so did probably a lot of other people.
Let me see that full body, heart, heart, heart. Please answer. I'll dox you. I'll come to your house and end you.
Bro, what? Yeah, that's 0 to 100, just a little bit. What the fuck are you talking about?
You stupid stuck-up skinny whore. You posted a post and you ignore me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that to you. Just ignore that.
Oh my god, this is... Yeah, we're swinging back and forth. And OP asked the $1 million question, really, and says, do you have mental problems that require psychiatric evaluation? And really, it's sort of more of a hypothetical question because, yeah, this has been demonstrated pretty clearly. He didn't even try like, oh, my friend had my phone. It's a funny prank. He's just like, yeah, just ignore that. I know I had a psychotic break, but just ignore it. Probably my psychotic break is not going to happen when you're around. Why would that happen? You're here to fix all my problems, or at least, be here so I can scapegoat all my problems off onto you. And then when I do inevitably have another psychotic break, I can end you without any sort of consequence. You're seeing the lines of logic here a little bit? It's terrifying. I hate it.
Let me see that full body too. I will end your bloodline in under 6 messages. Impressive, dark gubbins.
Probably not the sort of impressive that we want to go for generally, but yeah, I was pretty awestruck as well. just by the fucking audacity.
This is nowhere close to Riz. This is an ongoing case study of a terminally online Wi-Fi addled brain. Gubbins.
That is about the most coherent thing that you've said within the past week. Yeah, I think that's a lot of his problem. He spends way too much time waiting for the other fucking person to respond. Carry on! Do your other shit! Wait for the response. If it never comes, then learn how to live with it, okay? You're making it everybody else's problem, and it's not alright. I don't like that none too much. This OP says, oh shit, they've become self-aware. I mean, some of the more highly evolved ones, I guess. Most of them, not at all. Don't you worry about that. He says, it's crazy how Reddit turned the phrase nice guy into a buzzword. Now I can't tell people I'm a really nice guy without people thinking I'm going to cause a shooting, when in reality, I just mean I have good manners and I'm not a dickhead. Then just be okay with displaying that, The people that are really nice, they don't go around and tell you how nice they are. They say it with their actions. And I think that's the most reliable way to say it. That's the most believable way. If you tell me you're a nice guy, automatically I don't believe you. That's just the society that we've been conditioned into. The opposite of what you say, that's what I actually believe. Whatever it is. I just want to be completely contrarian, opposite. It's a very confusing way to go through life, though. Anyway, he says, maybe I'll just be an a-hole to girls, and girls like that from what I see. Yeah, whatever. Okay, this is just your excuse to be an asshole. Why did you decide to become an unrepentant dick? Well, girls didn't pay attention. I think you were a dick probably before. That's why they didn't. They can just smell it on you. Smells like bitch lasagna. Yeah, next post. This OP says, I'm not like all those other posts on this sub. Gracie Who's said, hey, I saw you on Tinder, but we didn't match, so I found your Instagram, and you're so beautiful, and you don't need to wear all that makeup. I bet you get that a lot of creepy DMs too, but I'm not like all those other guys. Message me back, beautiful. By the way, what's your snap? She's just like, please don't anymore. Yeah, a no on the Tinder is probably going to be a no, even if you sneak into the DMs, okay? That was the nice way of telling you no. Now I have to violate the social contract as you've done and eviscerate you, probably publicly. She didn't name anybody in this post, but like, would anybody really have boo to say about it? I think not. That's just justice. Mob justice. It's my favorite kind of justice. This OP says, I can't believe it's 2022, and dudes still say believe it or not, I'm a nice guy, unironically. Yeah, this is from a long time ago. Top post of all time, don't you know? It's 2025 now, but people still say it sometimes. It's less, though. I think we're winning. This guy comes in and says, yeah, I bet you're really good at puffing Peters. And OP says, if you had even the most basic level of tact, you might have had a chance at finding out one day. That is like a good way to stick it to him while also smashing his dreams to the ground. I like this. This OP, you can tell she's gonna be a bit savage, and I'm for it. Nice Guy says, ha 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 ha. Apologies, OP. I'm slightly irrational. Just say what's on my mind. And she says, that's not what the word irrational means. I just opened up a thesaurus. I don't know what any of these words mean. Yeah, I know you don't. And he says, I'd say the opening line was slightly unreasonable. Okay, maybe not the right word. And she says, yeah, I would just say that it was gross. And he says, rash, perhaps, or that. That also works. Bro, she has really got him up against the ropes. It's just like a couple of messages. He wanted to come in and act the tough guy and be like, I'm gonna be an asshole because girls like that. And yeah, he got shut down in literally 2 messages. I love to see it. You've got a fucking noodle spine is the problem, son. You're not an asshole. Being an asshole takes some amount of confidence in yourself and the things you have to say. Because eventually people are going to come up against you and be like, you shouldn't say that, you're an asshole. And you gotta learn to shrug your shoulders and just go, you're right. You're right, I am. How observant of you. Anyway, OP says, there are plenty of words for you. None of them are good for you, though. I love this. He says, all of which would be accurate. Oh, look at you. Look at you, little fucking sad boy. Why you so sad, fucking little sad boy, huh? Thought you were the big man coming in here talking about puffing Peters. Now you just bent over a barrel. Look at you. No fucking conviction. Ugh. That's the grossest thing of all. I hate it. He says, yeah, no, certainly not. I feel that I've given a pretty bad first impression. He just never expected the response is what it was. He's been so beat down into this way of existing that it's the only way that he knows. He's grown comfortable with it. And, yeah, OP gonna knock that shit right out of him. I love it. Give him some more. OP says, yeah, a bad first impression, try a terrible one. He says, understandable. I'm really not that bad. Horny, yeah, but better than that. Dude, gross. You're disgusting. I don't know if you realize how disgusting you are. Probably you do. He hates himself, but nowhere near as much as I hate him. Nowhere near as much as OP hates him. She says, wow, you made it worse. Congrats. Yeah, just you're disgusting. You are a vile individual, and I would like you to get away from me forever, starting yesterday. Before I wish I never knew you existed. I'm sure your mom wishes the same thing. Just really fucking lay it out. Nice Guy says, and honest, as you can see. Too honest, but honest. OP says, I feel like you think we're flirting. He really is just digging the hole deeper. I don't know how the fuck you get this delusional, but somehow he's managed it. And yeah, he's not getting the message. He says, I really don't think we're flirting. And she says, good. He says, I feel like I'm being called out for being a dick, but I respect that. And she says, well, I'm glad you respect something. Not me, certainly. Damn, bro. I love it. I don't think he'll learn any, like, long-term lesson from it, but it is good. It feels so good to see. You can feel free to finish him at any point. The bloodshed would be most welcome. And then he says, based on the impression so far, I wouldn't blame you for saying that. But yeah, I'm not that bad. Laughing. Believe it or not, I'm a nice guy. There it is. There it is. Laid out plain as day. And OP says, oh no. I believe you. You seem like every guy I've ever met who calls themselves a nice guy. And he says, walking cliche. Well, at least, yeah, some fucking flicker of realization, but not enough to actually make you want to change anything about yourself. He says, most times you'd be right, but I am pretty chill, aside from rude opening lines. OP says, well, shame you fucked it up then, I guess. I love it because she gives just the sprinkle of hope. Like, this could have been a thing, you know, but immediately you came in and tried to be the a-hole that you think people want you to be. When really, I just want you to be confident in your own skin, but you're a long way off from that, friend. He says, 0% chance? God loves a trier. And she says, like, negative 20%. He says, damn, that's bad. She says, yeah. What do I need to do to earn your trust / chance? And OP says, I have way too much self-respect to do that, unfortunately. Never in life, no matter how much you beg. I see that you're a wormy little worm boy, but yeah, that doesn't mean I gotta let you in. That doesn't mean I gotta let you make my life worse, just because you're a fucking trier. Wow, good for you, you tried. Barely. First fucking thing ever you tried. He says, damn, I've really ruined what could have been a beautiful thing. And she says, truly. That's what I like the most about this pose, you know? It's the psychological warfare. He's imagining all the things that could have been that he fucked up with that first opening line. And maybe he'll try and do better in the future, but probably not, honestly. He says, what if I buy dinner? And she says, I'm good. He says, I don't know. I can be quite convincing. And she says, I'm sure. Dinner? And I'll let you sit on my face? She says, it's okay. You've already disappointed me enough. Yeah, your nose ain't long enough to reach where I need it to reach, baby boy. Holy fuck. This is great. He says, that wouldn't be a disappointment, I can assure you. And OP says, congrats, dude. He says, it's a good match, because you'll hate me whilst I bang you, and angry sex is the best. OP says, is this not, like, embarrassing for you? Like, not even a little bit? No shame whatsoever. You could tell out of the gate he had no shame, but I guess we really didn't know the depths that it went to until OP decided to crack all that open. So I want to thank you sincerely for doing that, but also my faith in humanity's never been lower. So there. He says, honestly, I mostly just mess around on here and, like, say things that I don't actually mean. I'm somewhat regretting it in this instance, as you're actually quite cool, and I like how you've confronted me for it. That's right, you could be my dommy mommy. You could fix me, LP. Don't you want I hate this. This is the worst fucking thing ever on the internet. He should be much more ashamed than he is, but unfortunately, people just get to walk around and act like this without repercussions. I think the internet's made people way too comfortable with talking shit and not getting hit in the face over it, you know? Like, you wouldn't walk up to some chick on the street and be like, you look like you suck a good dick. You get jacked in the mouth, either by her or a white knighting bystander. He says, so yeah, apologies. Men are shot. Shit. Yeah, dude, that's the one thing that'll dig me out of this hole is crapping on my entire gender. The only people who might have accepted me for me, all of my idiosyncrasies, yeah, just shit on them all. Good. Fuck you too, weird nice guy. I hope you die alone in a hole. How about that? Opie says, I will give you the tiniest bit of credit, because y'all don't usually apologize.
And he says, I do, because I'm genuinely a nice one.
And Opie says, yeah, but I'm still not getting dinner with you. Nor should you. I'm really glad that this wasn't able to be walked back, you know? You held the line. And I think that's important for fucking freaks like this. They ain't gonna learn any other way. They're determined not to learn. Anyway, he says,
and I'm not being entirely serious with the crude comments. I just do it to see what I can get away with on here, to be honest. And in this instance, rightly, not a lot.
Oh my god, you fucking stop with the simp energy, for God's sake. Just say some shit with your chest, would you? Is that possible? Holy God! I'm getting so tired of it. Are you not tired of existing like this every day for your entire fucking existence? It doesn't make any sense! Say, what can I get away with on here? Essentially anything. It's the internet. What are people gonna say back? Fuck you? Probably block you? OP decided to have the whole conversation because she wanted some, Reddit upvotes from the nice guys lurkers. But holy shit, man, at a certain point, just fucking take the L, okay? Give it a rest, would you? I'm not mad. OP says, okay, but did you consider that random women on the internet are real people and are not actually just there for you to be like an edgelord? A fledgelord. He's not even a good edgelord.
He says, edgelord? I'm not familiar with this terminology. And yes, I did, but most are chill about it.
Yeah, super chill. I love getting messages that objectify me. I open my thing and I'm like, maybe somebody liked my post. No, it's just somebody being horny in my inbox, expecting things from me. And as a man, I hate fucking people expecting things from me. But to women, it happens all the time. It happens all day, every day, just for existing. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's gotta be exhausting. It's gotta be so fucking tiring. Like, being a man is lonely, but I'm sure being a woman is exhausting. Anyway, he says, not to say that they should be. What? Oh, chill about it, yeah. OP says, yeah, you could fill the blank with loser, because it's more or less the same thing. I'd suggest getting a hobby.
He says, oh, fair enough. I do several, but stressful job combined with living life on the edge when it comes to Tinder.
Living life on the edge. I sit here with my little phone screen and I'm like, whoa, I'm really fucking living now. Swipe, swipe, swipe. This is the edge. Or maybe he means edge in like another way. I don't want to think about it. I shouldn't have said it out loud. He says, I mean that sarcastically. It's certainly not living on the edge. Hey, there's that flicker of self-awareness again. Love to see it, like fucking Halley's Comet every 40 years.
I should get back to playing the drums to relieve tension.
Yeah, the drums are what I call my big hairy walnuts. OP says, yeah, I'm sure a therapist would love to hear more about this. Yeah, and they're getting fucking paid for it. I ain't here to do this shit for free, I'll tell you that. OP says, I just think it's wild how many men are like, I better go sexually harass some woman on the dating app to let off some steam. It's like catcalling, but even lamer, because you don't even get the adrenaline rush of a physical interaction. Yeah, that would risk being punched in the fucking jaw. So, they don't do that, you see. He wants to be a wormy little boy online. And again, make the experience worse for everybody around us. Just like we talked about earlier. Just like the other thing that I wasn't mad about! He says,
I'd be inclined to agree when you put it like that.
Oh, you've been so fucking agreeable this whole time. Just waiting to see the door crack open again. Maybe you could stick your foot in there. Just one date with me, please. How about you take a date in the woods with your shotgun and just never come back? You know what I'm talking about? Just do yourself in the tent and let the bears clean it up. That's mean. He'll never go outside. OP says, every single one of you seem to think it's like an occasional thing. However, you're like also, yeah, 6th gross opener that I've had this week. And he said, honestly, it's more a matter of chancing my arm. For me personally, anyhow. To gauge the reaction. Chancing my arm? What the fuck does that even mean? I just wanted to see if you were offended that I said some repugnant shit to you. Well, yeah. I think most people probably are. Gauge that reaction, stupid. OP says, I wouldn't even reply, except that when I go on actual dates with the guys who treat me like an actual person, and then he asks, tell me about some of your bad experiences, then I'll have some material. Oh yeah, whip out the Tinder and just read it straight off the fucking app. That's what I want to see. And then you notice all the other messages in the inbox and you're like, God damn. Maybe one of those other random shirtless people's right for you. Maybe I've wasted my $40 on this sushi dinner. But you know what most normal people do? Yeah, they take the L, they head on home, they clean it out in the shower. That's the way I understand it. OP says, gauge what reaction, LMFAO? I wonder if this woman will let me disrespect her. That's exactly what I said. Do you date the ones who let it slide? Do you like being with girls who prove to you immediately that they'll let you treat them like shit? Because you should probably unpack that in therapy as well. And he says, I don't see it that way. I think of it as they have the same non-serious, perhaps like overly chill attitude. Not to say that they should. You can't defend one fucking thing. You buckle like a belt. You fold up like a fucking house of cards, you know? Just say you like the thing that you fucking like, would ya? Be a straight shooter for once in your life. Is it possible? It's not. I'm wasting my breath. But yeah, that's my reasoning. I could sort of see his reasoning. Like, if you want to meet a chill chick, you probably should open up with like, hey, nice butt. Does poop come out of it? And if she says, yeah, sometimes, and giggles, then you know you're in like Flynn, and that she's a little weird and freaky too. But at a certain point, unless you do your research, it is just a numbers game, which I guess is what Tinder is most of the time. OP said 6 gross interaction of the week. I'm like, those are rookie numbers. We gotta get those numbers up. OP just says, yeah, all that is pretty shit reasoning, but I feel like you already realize that. And he says, yeah, I do. Fucking wimp. But look, you're cool, and you've challenged my shitty ways, which I appreciate. Am I sexually attracted? Yes. Do I think that we do it, like, really great? Also, yes, but you're also chill to talk to. Wow, yeah, totally. Not like other girls. This is gonna sink the hook right back in. Except, you know, OP has 2 fucking brain cells to rub together. And she says, yeah, congratulations on your newfound sense of basic bare minimum morality. It's like one of my favorite OPs. I wish we got a whole saga of this. It's wonderful. He says, your constant put-downs and biting comments are a turn-on. I think I've found something new. Yeah, something new to unpack in therapy. But please get there. Fucking right now. OP says, I love how you haven't learned anything from this conversation whatsoever. Sticking to your guns would be admirable if your guns didn't mean your determination to talk to me specifically about your dick. Well, he really doesn't want to let that one go. I mean, he hasn't for decades at this point. He probably never will find the opportunity to let it go. Just him and his dick, forever, having lots of fun. Reportedly.
He says, haha, no, I genuinely have. I'm not talking about my dick to be fair, but I mean, come on. If I was in your room with you right now, you wouldn't say no, would you?
What? What? What part of this conversation made you think that I would fucking say yes? What are you talking about? OP sends question marks and then says, I have literally never been less attracted to another human being. Damn, bro. This is straight up savagery, and I love it. This dude truly just walking around out here like Boppo the Clown. Fucking smash him in the mouth and he comes back for more. Stands right back up. You gotta admire that on some level, but also he's gross and I want to punch him some more.
He says, no, look, I'm still fucking around and you're still hating me, so yeah, sorry for being a total douche. Good luck with your life. I'll be better, laughing emoji.
I'll be better, laughing emoji? Yeah, I don't believe you. OP says, you definitely won't be better, but thanks for the story. I'll be sure to tell it to the next guy who buys me dinner.
He says, damn, that hurts. I really screwed myself over here.
And she says, yep.
Let me regain your trust. Holy fuck! Not again! We've been over it! I'm done! I'm tired! I wanna go home! Please, just let me go home! You got me all strapped up here making YouTube videos and chained to the table. I just wanna see my family again! Take the L and move on so we can all go home, please! Oh, God! Yeah, I'm gonna be my actual self.
And OP just says no.
No! He says, fair enough. Thank you for the talk, OP. Apologies again.
Yeah, go shove it up your ass. How about that? Blow it out your fucking tailpipe! Stick this in your pipe and smoke it! It's my pubic hair that you're smoking. Yeah, it has like a weird hit in the back of the throat, like kind of hurts a little bit. When I breathe the pubic hair in, it tastes like spiky. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm so done. I don't know why it went on for as long as it did. I'm just grateful it's over now. Can we go back home? Can we go back home now? It feels so good. Lab, sweet Lab, I miss you so much. Oh. What the hell did you guys think about that last post, Gubbins?
That much neckbeard delusion in one nice guy's post. Science wasn't meant for these frequencies. Gubbins.
You might be right. Is that shaking, rumbling that I hear? You know what that is? What the fuck?
It formed a rage burner feedback loop inside the cringe reactor. We should probably evacuate from this timeline, boss. Dark Gubbins.
Oh, come on. What's the worst that could happen? This is not the first rage boner feedback loop that we've experienced, Dark Gubbins, okay? We are seasoned professionals at this point. And besides, I gotta get the Patreon plug. Thank you, YouTube members and Patreon.
Nani baka, nani baka, nani baka.